As Wendy continues trying to communicate with the growing xenomorph, Adam Ainz demands for Nibs' memory to be wiped. Because, as it turns out, the reason she may think she is pregnant is likely due to some past trauma that she experienced. And the implication there is clearly awful, but Ainz doesn't seem to care about that. He, like Boy Cavalier, is trying to sell a product. He can't have Nibs going around malfunctioning. He needs her to be the face of a shiny and new technology. So he wants her to revert back to a normal state, even if that means altering her personality, her identity, and the very things that make her her. Arthur refuses, of course, which prompts Ainz to fire him and threaten him with execution, which is a rough way to get fired, but not the most unfortunate thing that Arthur experiences in this episode. So Dame reluctantly agrees to wipe Nibs' memory, and that doesn't sit too well with Wendy. Because once she learns that they all can be reprogrammed, she realizes that the company only views the hybrids as tools, which is correct, even if they don't seem to be Cavalier's top priority. Right now, his focus is on negotiating with Yutani, and once they meet, Cavalier gets Yutani to pay billions of dollars for the damage they caused to his building, and successfully delays returning the alien specimens over due to off-world quarantine protocols. The guy's a weasel, and I can't wait to see how he's ultimately going to die. Speaking of dying, the one-eyed octopus alien causes Toodles to accidentally lock himself in a cage with two fly-like creatures who kill him by spraying acid on his face, which is brutal. I mean, even though Toodles has a synthetic body, his death still appeared to be absolutely horrifying. And that's not even considering the fact that he's technically still just a kid. To that point, Slightly still has it pretty rough as well, as Morrow continues to threaten the safety of his family. So when Arthur goes down to the lab to check on Toodles, Slightly seizes the opportunity. He opens the cage of the xenomorph eggs, locks Arthur inside the lab, and allows the face hugger to latch onto Arthur's head, which sucks on two different accounts. One, because Arthur was a good guy who actually cared about the well-being of the hybrids, and two, because for the rest of his life, Slightly is going to have to live with the fact that he murdered that guy. Thankfully, Arthur covertly deactivated Wendy's tracking device before he died, and gave Joe the code for a boat that he could use to escape with Wendy, meaning that his last actions were genuine acts of kindness. Which is bittersweet. The guy didn't deserve to go out the way that he did. But I don't blame Slightly for trying to protect his family. I blame Cavalier for orchestrating this entire thing in the first place. So, despite the fact that Morrow is the one who is threatening Slightly's family, I really hope he'll get the chance to kill Cavalier. But what I also want to see is whatever the fuck Kirsch is up to. Because he watches all of the chaos unfold in the lab room, and he doesn't tell Cavalier about any of it. Why? What's he planning? What's he got going on? I don't know, but I definitely want to find out. It's just unfortunate that this episode turned out to be my least favorite episode of Alien Earth so far. Which isn't to say that it's bad. Everything that is set up in this episode is admittedly interesting. I just care more about how that setup is going to be followed up than I do about the actual episode itself. Meaning that this kind of felt like a placeholder episode to me. A bridge between the awesome episodes that previously took place and whatever it is that's about to come next. In other words, in spite of the two gruesome deaths that do occur here, the episode did basically feel like filler to me. Which may sound bad, but I understand that there's only so much you can do when the story is about to near its conclusion. So I'm really hoping that the last two episodes of the season will really be able to bring this story all together. But I guess we'll see how the penultimate episode of Alien Earth will actually turn out to be once it gets released on Tuesday. Until then, be sure to let me know what you thought about this episode, and as always, thanks for watching.